How you doing? You caught me off guard. Cancerian, how you doing? So this is your April tarot card reading and also a few channel messages. An uncontrollable amount, an uncontrollable itch, or an uncontrollable amount of money or something out of control, but I'm trying to control it. It's like I'm trying to control it, but I have such an urge, or like an uncontrollable amount of work that I'm trying to keep. Because I keep hearing this like it's a lot. Like it's a lot of work, or a lot of money, or it's a big contract, or it's a lot of weight in order to hold. Again, like I said, if any of you are Jen, but if any of you out there like are like suffering through addiction, don't let this sway you, because I'm hearing like I need to keep this under control because I'm really trying to stop doing something. So if you are doing well, you're doing well. Don't let this sway you. Betray you. Don't let this betray you. Someone's going to betray you. It's been coming up in 3 readings. Dragon. What's it called? They put me in a. Oh God. Sorry, voodoo, hoodoo, you do person, whatever that was. The sorry, Cancer. Gain your bearings. Labyrinth. Atreyu. Portray you. Someone betraying someone's trust here, or betraying my trust fund, or just someone's trust fund. But you're looking at Scorpio, Taurus. Scorpio, Taurus. So watch their readings as well. Okay, something like betray you, betray you, betray you, betray you. Or like Atreyu, or like a tissue, like Sneezy, or the 7 dwarves, or a 7. Number 7, life path, or Cancerian. But like the 7 dwarves, like Sneezy, like sneezing, like an uncontrollable amount of sneezing, or an uncontrollable amount of pleasing. But whichever way it is, that it's either an uncontrollable amount of sex, or an uncontrollable amount of money, or an uncontrollable amount of like success, or like sex, or like an uncontrollable thing. Stephen King or Stephen, but an uncontrollable thing that can't be controlled. So what is that? Like, well, a physical, a metaphysical connection, but also like an uncontrollable amount of work, because they keep saying, like, I've got an uncontrollable amount, like I can't control the amount that there is, it's just coming in and coming in and coming in, and I can't control it now. So I don't know if it's like out of control, in control, a car, or whatever this is, but like it's an uncontrollable substance. So like I said, a lot of you, it could be like a drug or something that comes in, or like they're saying unconditional love. There is conditions to every amount of love. Believe you me, unconditional love does not exist. It's just a word. Unconditional, of course there's goddamn conditions. Right? But like an tissue, a tissue, we all fall down. What on earth is that? Tissues. Like an uncontrollable amount of crying, or an uncontrollable amount of crime, even. Man, y'all got different ones, Cancer. Like an uncontrollable amount of money, or like a weight of product that's just uncontrollable amount to sell. Like, how on earth can I sell all of this? If I've got so much weight, how can I shift it? Or if I'm like an uncontrollable amount of, like, say, weight that you've got to lose, and you're like, well, how am I going to shift all this in time in order to be able to fit into this? Like if there's a wedding or something and somebody's like put on pounds, and like, no, I need to get into that dress, like, and I've got to get into that the address. So some of you are moving to try and get into a house. Is there a break? Oh my God, man. Is there a break-in here? Or like an uncontrollable amount of something to get an address, like to get a home, or to get a house, or to get a place, but like an uncontrollable amount of it in order to get it, which means that like an uncontrollable amount of work. But they said to get an address, like is someone trying that hard to have a baby, or trying that hard to like get somebody pregnant? Like we're trying and we're trying and we're trying and we're trying and we're trying, but it's just like trying too hard kind of energy. Now, is this someone that suffers from impotency, like is impotent, or like needs Viagra? I don't know, but whatever it is, like I keep trying and I keep trying and I keep trying. So messages that may relate to you. Some of this is an uncontrollable amount of work. Some of you, this is an uncontrollable substance of drugs that you're not going to be able to shift. Some of you, this is an uncontrollable substance that's taken over your mind or your thoughts of like, I don't know. I was going to say Scorpio, but I was going to say Virgo, like depression. And it's an uncontrollable, like I can't control the drug. The drug controls me. Everything controls you. Destiny, Saturn, Capricorn. But like everything controls me. But the only thing that I'm trying to take control of is my life, but I can't, because you can't take control. Everybody thinks they're taking control of their own life. Isn't that funny? But there's an uncontrollable amount of energy. See, me, I suffer from seeing too deeply. And I'm like, oh dear. Like, I can't control it. I can't control it. I mean, does this go on around your house, your family, or your relationship? No idea. But I can't control it, but I'm still trying. Like, I'm going to keep trying to control it. No matter what happens, I'm going to keep doing this to the ends of the earth. And this is what I was saying in the Taurus reading, if you're dealing with a Taurus. But there are things that are out of control that nobody is in control of, like multimedia and stuff like that. It all came up over on Patreon, a lot of it. Okay? And it doesn't matter what you do or what you say, people are always going to do it anyway. Right? They are. So you can't control anybody in life whatsoever. So you can't help people, right? If you can't control anybody, then what do you think that people are like really doing when it comes to helping people? Like, you can't help people, right? They can only help themselves. So is this like people that just help themselves to whatever they want at the restaurant or food, or like just come in and help yourself and take whatever you want? Like, I don't care. Or like, what is this reading? An uncontrollable amount of something. Like I said, it's either pharmaceutical, it's either business and clients and people, and I can't control the amount of info that I'm getting, or I can't control like a substance. If anybody's out there with substance abuse and or physical violence, you can't control that either. Like, what is this for, Cancer? Like all they keep saying, your messages are literally just an uncontrollable substance, right? Substance abuse, uncontrollable, or an uncontrollable amount of clients, or an uncontrollable amount of rabble of people that you realise that you can't control, so you don't want any part of it. Which means I don't want any part of that because I can't control what you're doing or thinking or saying or being. So you just go at it and do whatever you like, right? So it's kind of like, well, I don't really give a shit anyway. I'm going to do exactly as I want as a Cancerian. I'm going to do what I want anyway. So I'm not going to play a part in this, and I'm not going to be a part of it, because you're not going to control me, and you're not going to tell me or make me sway my mind. Once my mind's made up, I'm just going to do my own thing. So you've kind of got that energy of a strong person's See, Taurus, it's just relating to anybody Sun, rising Venus, Jupiter, or Mars, fucking even. But like, watch the Taurus readings, well, possible Scorpio, I haven't done it yet. Taurus reading, right? An uncontrollable, this is why I can't see through your reading. Taurus, wherever it is that's placed in anybody that you know in your life, this is why I'm really struggling with my readings at the moment, is because I keep like seeing so much patterns of like Sun, rising Venus, Jupiter, you know, North Node, 6 placements of everybody in your life that can have a life path 7 or a Cancerian, right? And for me to see these, basically your messages are exactly the same as Taurus, whether you have Taurus in your chart or not. Somebody around you must have or a life path 7. So you've got this like controlled energy, because the first card that came up in Taurus reading was a 9 of Wands, right? So those messages are going to relate to you big time of someone within your soul group, right? Soul group. So, like, this is what drains the shit out of me. I'm sorry if I'm like this, but this is what drains my energy a lot, is realising that, man, I've done these messages already, like, for people. And I've gone over the same thing again and again, like going over it and just doing it again and again and again. I mean, is this a drug addiction or a sex addiction, or like a physical violent relationship, or violent? or V, anything beginning with V, but like a strong ass connection, but a strong ass narcissist, or Aquarius, or a Sagittarius as well. But like a bond that can't be broken, but a thing that can't be forgiven. Like a bond that can't be broken, but a thing that can't be forgiven. So Stephen, or a Stephen King, or a Lion King, or anything to do with that. But I can like work with it, but I can't live with it. Like I cannot live with you. So Livy, or Faith, or like live. Like I just can't live with this any longer. Like it's got to be a person that you're living with that you're like, I can't live with you anymore. Like I just can't physically live here. It's really annoying me, or the person is. And you're like, look, I just can't live here anymore, bruv. This is fucking doing my head right in. Like I really can't live here. I've got to get out. I've got to go, man. I just can't stay here any longer. I mean, is this a job or a home for a lot of you? Like, and it's just that I just can't keep pretending. I mean, is it a lie? Is it like I said, Elijah? Or like a lie? Or just like, I just can't help myself. Like, I just can't do this anymore. I can't keep this up. Like, I can't keep fighting. Like, someone's gonna, like, is either fighting with this person, like, I can't do this anymore, man. I can't be like a punch bag for people in life. I just can't physically keep getting knocked down and let down, and like, then having to get back up and having to keep doing it again. And like, I'm just so sick of it. Like, you know, someone's really going through it here. And like, I'm so sick of this person, or I'm so sick and tired of them letting me down constantly. Please do not just relate this to your love lives, right? You love more than a person in your life, right? But like, I'm so goddamn sick and tired of this job, for instance, or I'm so sick and tired of always being let down by this person, or put down by this person. Like, I'm always being put down by this person, and they're always telling me that I'm doing something wrong, and they're blaming me. Please watch the Taurus reading, even if you haven't got Taurus in your... Because I guarantee the name Gary, or like I guarantee na, same messages, or I guarantee you it's something to do with that, okay? And, man, it's even like confusing me. Sorry, but there's something that was in that reading that was very... I wrote down that I keep forgetting the name of it, but it is very prominent in narcissism and gaslighting. Contradiction. Sorry, it's an old birthday card. But like contradictive energies, you know. People that say they want things, and then when they get it, they don't want it, you know. And like through gaslighting... Oh, you're going to have to watch the Taurus reading. I can't go over that again because I give a whole in-depth spiel of stuff that was over there. Okay, so if you're part of Patron, you'll get to see that. But people that are contradictive, they make you believe they've done something, and then they turn it around and swap it, like they misdirect you. This is it. Okay, so I will, because it's obviously here. They mislead you, the name Lee, or they mislead you, which means they lead you on, or they mislead you, like they try to put smoke and mirrors, or like a conversation, they'll flop it around on you and say that it's you, right? But when you deal with gaslighting and narcissism, right, is that they will literally like try to alter and change the scenario itself. So when you're talking with someone, they'll avoid the elephant in the room. They'll avoid you physically finding out or knowing what that is that you just can't figure out about a person, and you know it, but you just keep going over the same thing with this person and keep trying to get through to them. There's no chance. There is absolutely no chance, right, of trying to get through to this person to do it. So through that, which is contradiction, right? Sorry, I always forget when I'm on camera. When I'm not, I'm all right. Kept the name Cameron, or Cam, but like contradiction of that. A narcissist or a gaslighter can start to alter what they said in the first place, which means they make a promise or a plan, and then they change it up, and then you're like, no, hold on a minute, I've already told you. Like, I've already told you once, I told you twice, right? I told you 3 times, but I've already told you, And they're kind of like, no, you didn't. It's like, you did. I put that there, or you moved it. It's like, no, I didn't move it. It's like, you did. It's gaslighting. It is. I mean, watch Ingrid Bergman and gaslighting. But it doesn't tell you a great deal in that, but it's the general aspect. Jalen, Juicin, Jalen, John, all of the J's again. Jennifer, Jason, Scott, Lee, John, Julian, Jason, Justin. All of these kind of people, I don't know. I've got no idea. But all the J's, they're all here. Right? So, you know, this is like, hold on a minute. You told me one thing, but now you're telling me another thing. Like, what is it? Like, you told me once, and then you're swapping it around on me, or like, are you swapping things? Swapping it. Like, are you swap? Like, I've got fucking no idea. I mean, somebody's like, I don't know. I can't see through it. It's Virgo energy as well here. But like drugs or something, or like I don't know. Like someone's not, well, whatever it is, somebody is not in their right mind. Is absolutely not in their right mind. Right. And when you get like gaslighting and narcissism, you can get people that swap the truth around, like swap it. Right? So, swap shop? A swap shop or swap it? Swap it. SWAT, like police, or SWAT, like a SWAT gun, or a fly, like swat the fly, or spot the fly. Let's see again. It's coming up. What's that? Swap the queen. Well, what's that about a reader or something? And it's like they get a card and they bend it and they go, okay, like misdirected energy of that word, contradiction. But swap the queen, like, okay, and someone comes up and you're at a fairground and you're on a table and you're like, okay, and like, okay, so where's the queen? Like, or the king bee, or king queen, or B, the name B. But like, okay, like that, and okay, where is it? You know, and it's like sleight of hand or something. And it's kind of like this misdirected energy, and that came up for a few. And it was, okay, I'm here, and I need to get everybody to here, to get eventually what I want, which is everybody. So I'm using misdirection. So while you're not like concentrated over there, like I'm going to be doing this thing behind the scenes to get everybody over to here. Right? So it's kind of like the middleman. Like I've got to go to the middleman first in order to get permission, or so on and so forth. Like mortgages, house, home, job. I've got to have a job first before I leave. I've got to have a job first, so I can't. Right? And it's... what on earth are these messages? Some of you it's about moving, mortgage, house, need a home, need somewhere to live, need a job. For a lot of you, right? For a lot of you, straight up. Need a house, need a home, need a job, got loads of money, got loads of clients, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. I'm ready to move into my house, I can't wait to get rid of the family. That, right? And you're doing real well. You just want to move, like you want to move from where you are and move and get into the new place, right? Or the new job. Like I want to leave this job and get into the new job, right? But some of this is still going on around this clienty thing. It's about the misdirection of energy. I need to get people on to everything that I'm doing and saying, and I really need to do whatever that is to take it. So it came up for other readings. I'm not going to keep going over the same messages. I'm just going to leave it now, Cancer, because it's fucking really making me look as if I'm going slightly crazy. So yeah, you've got misleading energy, you know, and you've got contradiction, people that might contradict themselves, you know. If you're dealing with a person in life and they're a narcissist, they'll I'd come up with a scenario, just watch the Taurus reading, but I said about, like, say an iPad, for instance, right, and you fix something for somebody and you do it, and then they say, okay, right, yeah, okay, right. No, they're like, well, how does this work? I don't know how it works. And you're like, well, I'm just telling you how it works. And they're like, oh no, I haven't got time to listen. No, I'm not listening to what you're saying. And you're like, well, I'm just trying to tell you, like, you know, if you listen for a minute, no, I'll just, and then you're like, okay, sorry, but it doesn't work, or like something. And you're like, well, you told me it was going to work. And you're like, well, I can't help it, bruv. If it don't work, it don't work. Like, or someone wants their money back or something, or people complain and say, well, you're supposed to be telling me the truth, or you're supposed to be doing this, blah, blah, blah. And you said that that was going to work, and it didn't work. Like a spell, for instance. Like, well, I paid all this money for this spell, and you said it was going to work, and it didn't. Right, because it didn't. Right, or you told me all this stuff was going to happen, and it didn't happen. Like a reader or something. And like, you told me all of these kind of things were going to happen, but they never did. Or like a complaint, like people are complaining, or contradiction is also then control of where I say, like, you go to fix someone's like internet thing or whatnot, and then all of a sudden they turn it around and say, well, no, because it's obviously something that you're doing that's stopping me, like the internet or something, and someone gets very frustrated because it doesn't work. And they ask an individual to sort it out for them, and when they do, they turn it around and say, well, it's obviously you that's doing it wrong. And you've got exactly the same that was in the Taurus reading. Exactly the same messages, okay? So I'm going to stick with your tarot reading. If you want to know what those messages are, just for instance, just watch the Taurus reading, okay? Because it's something to do with that, right? Same messages, same thing, okay? Because trust me, you know loads of people in life, and whoever it is that you come across, one of these goddamn people is going to have Taurus in their chart. Right? So it doesn't matter where it's placed within, because you could be a... I don't know. So anyway, Cancer. Sorry, because I'm empathic and I feel and see and think, I get very frustrated when I'm like, man, I've already gone over this. Like I've already said to people, I've already told people. But, do they do anything about it? No. Will they? No. Will it make any difference? No. Will it make any difference if all the people that hated the tarot community and I stopped doing it? What difference would that make? Because I guarantee you someone will go somewhere else. Right? So it's like trying to stop a train that will not fucking stop. It's trying to stop like a community, or trying to stop like something where nobody belongs. And it's kind of like, you can't stop all this kind of stuff, because if like one person gives up, nobody else is going to give up. They'll just be like, oh well, never mind, I'll go somewhere else. It's like this buying, selling and whatnot. I'm like, well, if you can't do it and you can't give me it, well then I'll go somewhere else. Right? So it's that kind of thing. Right? If you can't give me what I want, then I'm just going to go right ahead and do it anyway and go and get it from somebody else. So you might as well give me it. Like, so whatever that's for, I've got no idea for you. Like, which is like drugs or something. Like, say someone's on an absolute goddamn bender, and they're like, look, I told you, right, don't eat all that food. Or I said don't drink all that alcohol. Or I told you not to, like, take that drug. It's like, no, I've got it in my head now. No, there's no way that I can stop now, because, like, I've, like, got it in my head that I want to use. And it's, like, in my head. Don't watch anybody that's taking drugs on camera. It came up through another reading, where some people I've watched are absolutely blottoed off their nut, right? Off their nut, blottoed on camera. You have people watching you that are addicts also from my channel, okay? Saying no names, but you have people that are like addicts that watch. If you're watching anybody that's absolutely blottoed off their nut, do not watch these people, because it will wind you up. It will wind you up, right? So there's something to do with around having to sit there watching someone say, for instance, well, it is there. There's a message. It's like having to sit there watching someone when you're trying not to eat, right? Say, for instance, and someone's absolutely pigging out. Or, because that's fine, because me and my girlfriend go through that, and she's brilliant, my girlfriend. She specifically will go in the kitchen and have a piece of pizza, and it will annoy her when she knows I'm on a diet. But then when my mind's made up and I'm like, no, I'm having a cheat day, bruv, and there is nothing that you're going to stop me. I want to have, like, this, and this on this day, and I'm going to eat it regardless, because I've made my mind up, right? So an addiction here is of this, whatever it is that you're sitting watching. If this is drugs, or someone's winding you up that much, like, say for instance that you're an alcoholic, right? And you watch something that triggers you off, or you are around a person that is drinking, and you're winding yourself up, sitting there thinking, man, I can't help it. Like, I can't help it, man. Like, it's triggering me off. It's going to make me want to, like, use. Then please don't put yourselves in harm's way. If you're addicts, okay, and there is someone that you're around, or something that's, like, making you feel like I'm going to use again, don't, okay? Because there's temptation here, and for some reason my spirit is telling me that somebody is doing things around drugs and alcohol, but is, like, Because it's addiction. It's addiction. You see, the trouble is when you've got an addictive personality like myself, right? I can put myself in a complete 2 and 8 where I'm like, okay, I'm doing really well on my diet, and I'm doing really well on my diet, and I'm doing really well, and then I come up to like where me and my girlfriend meet up, and sometimes you see little things like in a relationship. You go through these, you know, me and my girlfriend do. She knows that I'm on a diet, and she stopped smoking, and I've kind of like, I have the occasional cigarette, right, after meals and stuff like that. Or I've started again, you know, which I've started smoking again, right? I'm finding it very difficult at the moment to stop. I stopped for a couple of 3 weeks, but I've started smoking again, unfortunately. Okay, but it's like that, you know, my girlfriend stopped smoking, but my girlfriend can afford to eat whatever she wants because she's extremely thin, right? And she can eat whatever she wants when she wants. Me, I can't, right? I smoke, she doesn't, right? You see what I'm saying? The contrast of mixture of these things is kind of like, okay, well, I can do this, but you can't. Like, you can eat loads of stuff, but I can't. Okay, what, so you can smoke and I can't? So there's this kind of energy here of something winding someone up, maybe. Or, I mean, it doesn't have to be extremely serious here. But if this is drugs or alcohol, that's a different matter altogether, right? It really is. But it's the same thing. It's a confliction and addiction. It's tempting, right? So you've got this energy here for some reason, Cancer, of like being very tempted to, I mean, to use again drugs. That's more, you know, food and stuff like that. You know what? But drugs, you know, if it is, you have to stay out of harm's way. Like, you know, you can't do things around people that are like blottoed off their nut, or like go into a pub when you're a fresh fish, or you go into prison. What's that about going into prison? Well, say for instance the same scenario, like the fresh fish on the block, right? You go in and you're kind of like, man, I've got absolutely no idea like how to like do this. Like, again, someone's absolutely clueless and they've got no idea what they're doing. They really haven't. They've got no idea. What is that for? Like, it's kind of like, well, okay, I've got all this and I'm setting it up, but I have got no clue what this person's doing, whoever it is. Like, no idea. Like, someone's just started something and they're like, I'm completely fresh and new, and I've got no idea what I'm saying. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Like, someone's trying something out of being desperate to do it. Like, man, what is this for? Scorpio? Or like, there's drinking and there's, you know, I've gone around different people like get me to get them attention, and trust me, I get it and I watch and I think, fucking hell. Like, you know, people, they come on camera, they got alcohol, and there's some out there that's like smoking a goddamn joint on camera, on YouTube. What kind of impression do you really think that that gives people? Because to me, I would think, no goddamn way am I being a part of anything involves around people like that. I've seen another reader that smokes a blunt, like a whole cigar, and I'm like, what the fucking hell really is a matter with people? Like, how are they really coming across? Because some people are like, yeah, bruv, that's great, like, you're drinking. Like, you'd smoke, and they come on and like, yeah, alright. Like, smoke, and they're like, yeah, bruv, man, I would be the first one out, and I'd be like, man, you're like fucking crazy as shit. Like, I'm sorry, but I would, because I'm responsible, or try to be, and I take my job responsible, right? And like, if people are out there giving messages to people that are absolutely blottoed off their fucking nut, what on earth do you think people are doing around tarot cards? You belong nowhere near tarot card readings. If you're blottoed off your nut, drinking and doing drugs, you think that you're involved in a spiritual community of tarot cards? Of people's lives, for God's sake? You think, you know... It amazes me. It really does amaze me, and it fucking annoys me. I'm sorry, Cancerian, and it might not have anything to do with you, and I've got no idea. But people being absolutely blottoed off their nut, thinking that tarot cards are really just a game, right? No, Not if you've got goddamn extremely vulnerable people suffering through PTSD, trauma, and are desperate to find an answer and like for love, right? And you give them the wrong advice. Trust me, they probably end up coming back to me years later, riddled with PTSD, where I have to then de-brainwash people to tell them, well, who the fucking hell told you all of that rubbish? Right? Oh, well, no. You know, what they didn't tell you was, and that's no one else's fault, they're just more inexperienced to really knowing what that is. So a fresh fish. So, like, well, you know, like, you know, you can give people advice, but trust me, God damn it, it can be the wrong advice. You know, that's what I'm saying. This might be called a game in like a book, but trust me, these hold secrets to people's lives, and you have followers. And when you do, you have a responsibility, right? That you're carrying people's burden and weight and lives and answers in your hands, right? So whatever this is to do with around people being blottoed or like off their nut is beyond me, right? It is. Because at some point I'll probably think, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to leave it up to the professionals. Right? Jesus, man. It's like, well, I wouldn't though, because I'm going to continue to do my job as it is, right? But these energies that I'm feeling around people at the moment are very disturbing for me to feel here. And very disturbing for me as an adult to sit there and watch all that kind of stuff. You know, when I see people drinking and doing drugs and alcohol, I'm like, Jesus, bruv, what are you lot doing on camera? What, you don't belong on camera, I'm sorry, but you don't. Not blottoed off your nut. No. No. And it's nothing that I will ever be involved in. No. No. Okay. So, take it as you will, whatever messages they are. This is probably where I'll get shed load of blame for being a conduit, right? But y'all deal with whatever energy that is of whatever comes up or is around you at the moment that is really annoying you. That's going to be what those messages are out there for you, okay? So do with them as you please or as you will, and make wise choices, okay? Sensible decisions, Libra. Sensible decisions, Libra. Just repeated myself there. Anyway, Cancer. So generally, for a lot of you, moving, work, loads of things, so on and so forth. Okay. Moving house, moving home, trying to find an address, trying to find out somebody's address, or something like that. Name and address. Someone may be getting arrested or something like that. And what's your name? What's your number? What's your address? Some scammers out there. Loads of scammers out there. Scammers trying to find out people's address. Trying to find out people's, like people, hello, oh madam, oh no. I tell you, we've got, oh no, like getting people to fucking, it came up in the Taurus reading. Just watch the Taurus reading. Well, scammers, people calling you up in order to get you to buy stuff and then to give them your social security number and code and God knows what else. Don't ever do that, you know. Don't ever log in to God knows fucking hell. These days you can't log in to goddamn anything, you know. But yeah, I've had them myself all through my messages. Pisces, I had them. Scammers, people ringing me up, asking me if I want a brand new iPhone 12. Yeah, someone from over. We want to know if you've got, like, what? What? Do you want one or not? And I'm like, what? Who on earth? And they soon put the phone down. Like, because they realised that I wasn't a vulnerable 90-year-old person that wasn't going to fall for their crap. So they didn't even, like, bother. They just, like, oh, okay. You know, scammers, man. Like scum of the goddamn earth. You know, those people that steal things from people, that take things from people, right? Scum of the earth. Anyway, Let's see. So whatever that comes up for you, I don't know. Cancer. April. For Cancer. For April. Everybody's clicked off and gone. Well, I'm going to see my loved one, because that's who I love. Who loves you and who do you love? The running man. The woman. The man, woman. Some of you are in love with a woman. Some of you. And even if you're women, you're in love with a woman. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm in love with that woman. That's my woman. That's my woman. You see? What difference does it make? Trust me, everybody's got an ego. But, yeah. I mean, if that's a strange scenario of a message there, that's an, it could be emotional manipulation. You know, somebody's using someone's emotions against them, or someone's very emotional at this time, or you're just deeply in love with this person, right? Or they're in love with you. Right? Well, you're in love with each other, you should be. If you're not, but like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio, water, take it very, very personal, very personal, okay? But yeah, if y'all got anybody that's drinking and all that kind of stuff, just be very careful, that's all I'm saying, okay? Honestly, creditability is also Scorpio. Being creditable for one's actions. Credit. Some of you, your credit rating or your credit score is either over the roof or it's not. But a credit rating, okay, is what I'm hearing, like my credit ratings or my Reddit. See, Reddit, the name Reddit, Reddit, Ribbit, you've got a ribbit with your digit, with your widget, Bridget, something to do with Eminem or Emily or Emma or Melissa or Maria or Melissa Dawn. But like from dusk till dawn. But some of you, this is to do with creditability, right? My credit, my credit rating or my credit score could be done out of a desperate and dire need for something. You know, it could be like, well, I'm doing this because I'm desperate. Or, you see, Scorpio should be creditable for one's actions, right? It should be done alone. Scorpio energy should mean alone. If I do this, I go it alone. If I do it correctly, I go it alone. If I do it correctly, I do it the right way, not the wrong way. I've got a strong, firm bulimia system. Bulimia, or bulimia. Someone say bulimia or bulimic. Okay, but Scorpio energy is all about really needing to do it for oneself, right? And to be creditable for one's actions, that it needs to be done alone. And if it's a business, it needs to be done correctly, right? Because it can also mean guidance, right? So it means that do not cross my line, do not cross my boundary, and do not piss me off, right? Because I'm going to do this right. And if I'm going to do it right and I stand by what I mean and what I say and what I believe in, then the moment that I start believing in myself, you better believe that I'm going to take it, right? So an opportunity and a chance to do it the right way and not the wrong way, okay, the right way. So, you know, it's being creditable for one's actions here. So, because this is sacred ground, it's personal for someone, it's sacred, it's theirs. It's a person's life that is in someone's hands. It's someone's love life that is... Why am I talking to another reader about this? Because it feels like I'm gone into a paradox again around like Aquarian readings. Like talking to people about readers, about me being one. Like, you have your lives in this person's hands here, so you have to think twice, right, about what it is that is sacred. Well, I'm going into it. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You see, Cancer, what you have to know about me is that all I want is for me to do my job, right? Is for the fact that please don't look at me as being Steve, right, or Seven Tarot, right? Just look at me as the conduit that you come to for info, right? Whether that be right or wrong, I'm just me. That's it, I'm out, right? I don't know anybody. I don't know all of you guys, right? I just know me. I know that I talk to a camera, right? That's it. That's the only amount of involvement that I feel necessary, right, here. So why am I talking about this? Because this should mean here that there's Well, it means that you're in a deep amount of love with this person. Like, you have a huge amount of respect and love for this person. But for a lot of you, you would be watching this saying, no, I fucking hate that person, you know. Right? It's a love to hate you situation, right? I love you, but at times, man, I could fucking throttle you. Right? I could throttle you. Right? So to me, all day long, if this isn't a loving relationship, it's just straight up family. Right? It's just straight up family. It's something that, like I said, that is a clue. It's something that's there that you can't get rid of, which is one, your karma. Some people think, and honestly do feel, that they can get rid of their karma, right, by doing it in witchcraft or God knows what else. But they also think that by the time this is over, I'll just... No. You'll find a scenario that annoys the shit out of you in your whole goddamn life. Right? So, here, the one thing that you cannot really get out of is a marriage, right? Is a strong bond commitment of a marriage or family karma. Now, love, for instance, bruv, if it's that bad, then you can just end a relationship, right? Doesn't mean the feeling's going to go, but it just means that if it's that bad, you can end a relationship, right? But a lot of things that you can't end, well, won't never end, is your karma, for one. And for two, things that you can't end are like contracts of marriages and stuff like that, and family arguments. Like, it just can't drop it. I can't get out of this person's way. Like, they just won't drop it. Right? They'll just keep saying it and doing it, and they just will not drop it. Right? Which means that you can't change a person. That's why I said around Scorpio readings in the past, bend over and take a look at your bullet hole. Has it ever done anything goddamn any different than what it is? So the mouse, run up the clock. But, like, you know, people come across as if they're changing, but do they? I'm not going to go into it, because I'll spend all my energy and time on giving people a lecture again. Right? But here, generally, you should be really in love with your person here and spending a lot of quality personal time together. Straight up, no chaser. What these energies are, like I said, not every message in any tarot reading or channeled message is going to fit. Like, you know, it isn't going to fit. Some people like to make all of the messages fit, you know. But some of you are really struggling with your weight here, or Cancer. See, I keep thinking I'm doing a Scorpio reading, even though it's here. You're really dealing with a big Scorpio energy. Cancer. Cancer. Seven of Swords, you see? People trying to take what's people's. People's. People. I'll say this to my Cancerian mate. People. You just can't, bruv. You can't win, you can't lose. Like, you know, someone's taking a chance in a gamble, like, I can't even lose, bruv. You know, I can't win, I can't lose, I can't do anything. I am literally just pissed off with people. Like, this is what I'm saying. This person is so frustrated with, like, people leaving them. Like, just leaving them. Oh, what is this? Seven of Swords, man. Well, it's you. It's like, fuck, I don't want anything to do with this. I'm out. Like, I don't want anything that's distracting my peace and harmony and flow. Like, I'm on the flow at the moment. Right? I'm not... Ooh. Okay, y'all got a woman out there, just letting you know that's on the blog. Right? It's like having one of their moments. Listen, I'm just telling you I'm having a moment. Ooh, okay. But, like I said, don't make this... This is my family scenario going on, right? But, you know, this could be anybody in your life, but, like, man, I'm going to stay right out of your way. Like, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm out, bruv. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm out, right? Says Putchie's down and done. She's all up in the shit. But, yeah. Like, I can't go back to my old ways. Death card is, like, old behaviour. So, if you look at addiction, right, and some people out there, like, are really struggling with addiction, it's kind of like, I am so determined that I just cannot go back to my old ways. I cannot go back to my old self. I cannot go back to my past partner. Like, I just can't do it. Like, old behaviour of what I studied and learned and taught as a counsellor and drug counsellor and a counsellor for people and God knows what else, and rehabilitation centres and all, is a lot of fact about shame and a lot of factors about like old behaviour and patterns of like that humans, when addicted to substances, they seem to find themselves back at square one, right, which is going over the same old ground, like two lost souls swimming in a fish bowl. They just seem to be like, everywhere I go is temptation out there, like drugs, alcohol, drinking, all those kind of things. It's always there. It's what you do with it when in those circumstances. So if you're a fresh fish at anything, you're like a fish out of water, right? So you're kind of like, man, like, this is new for me, right? So, because they're saying try it. Now, I don't know whether that means like you're testing me and you're trying it, or like, look, just try it, just see, But I don't know if that's a pusher or like a, because me, I'm a seer. Like, I'm a seer of stories. So, like, I'm hearing like, just see. Lucy, the name Lucy. But like, just see. Just try it. Like, go on, just try it. Like a pusher. Go on, just try it. Go on, just try it. Try it out. Go on, you'll be fine. You just try it. Right. Because Danny Glover here, right, can't take the shit no more. It's like, I can't take it, bruv. I can't take all of that, Tyrone. Like, listen, Tyrone, bruv, I can't do that. It's like, this what is that? That's an anti-aircraft gun, Vincent. But like, bruv, listen, Vincent, Vicky, I can't take all that. Listen, Tyrone, I'm hearing the name Tyrone, or Tyler, the name Tyler, or Tyrone. But here, it's like, I can't take all that. Like, I can't take the shit no more, bro. I'm sick to death of it. Like, I am. I'm fed up. It's like, I'm so sick to death of being this person's go-to fucking witch, or go-to, like, goatee-air, or someone with a goatee. But, like, I am so sick and tired of being this person's go-to that, like, who are you going to? Are you going to them, or are you going to me? Like, where are you going now? Like, oh, yeah, I'm busy. I've got work to do. Well, where are you going now? Like, well, I'm going out. Well, what? Don't ask, Scorpio. Don't ask me. I'm going out. Like, I just don't want to be here. I'm going out. Yeah, but where? What time are you coming home? When you wiped your ass this morning, how many peanuts were on that? What? Like, don't ask. That's what I said. The majority of people out there in YouTube land, or God knows what else, you more than likely won't realise that the people that you deal with don't actually watch tarot readings. And you could actually give them this reading, and I bet my bottom dollar that you shouldn't, because they won't listen and they won't change. Because this is, look, it's private. My life is private. Where I go and what I do with my time is completely down to me. It's not up to you where I go. And it's not up to you to keep asking me where I've been, where I've gone, when I come back. When I am back, I try to get around you because I don't want you asking me questions, because I'm trying to avoid talking to you. I'm actually trying not to talk to you, not to talk to you. So I'm trying to go around you. Like, I don't want to know about it. Like, when I go out in the day or at night, when I get home, the last thing I want you doing is grilling me over where I've been. Like, or when I'm trying to go out the house. Like, you grilling me over where I'm going. Like, how many goddamn footsteps is it that I'm taking before I get to my car? Like, where you going? Be careful in that. I'm a responsible child or adult. Like, I can do what I want. I don't need you holding me down and back, asking me time and time again where I'm going, when I'm coming back. Where have you been? If this is a loving relationship, then I don't trust this person for shit, so I don't even know why you're with them, right? Is this a relationship and someone grills you over where you've been and what time you're back and, like, where have you been? Because if the trust is broken, they're going to question you like shit here. If this isn't, this is a family thing, and this person is right behind you all the time asking you, where is it that you're going when you're out? What time are you coming back? Right? What time are you coming back here? Because I want to know what time to put the tea on. Right? What's tea, Steve? Breakfast, dinner, tea. Right? The third meal of the day. But like, you know, for the third time lucky, what time should I put the tea on? I don't know. Smoke me a kipper and I'll be back for breakfast, bruv. Right? Smoke me a kipper and I'll be back for breakfast. It's like, I'm sorry, yeah, no, I'm here. Yeah, I'm with you. My relationship, great. Yeah, I've got problems going on at home. But smoke me a kipper, sweetheart, and I'll be back tomorrow. Right? So it's kind of like, if you're in a relationship, yeah, I'm going out to work, blah, 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 doing my thing, shaking it about, coming back, do the okie dokie, and then I'm coming back to this, to being asked, where have you been all night? Where are you going? I'm going over to see my girlfriend, to have breakfast. Really? What did you have? How many bits did you have? Thought you was losing weight. Thought you was trying to... Can't be bothered. Stop, just stop. Keep asking me questions. Like, you know, where have you been? Out. Oh. You don't want to tell me, do you? No. No, that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't tell you, because I don't want to tell you. That's why. Persistence. When? What? Where? I told you I'm going out. I'm going out, bro. I'm going to see my girlfriend. I'm going to see my boyfriend. I'm going to see a man about a dog. Right? Go wherever I want. I'll even go walk the dog if you want. Whatever it is. But I'm leaving here to go somewhere. Yeah, but I want you to walk my dog for me. Alright? Hold on a minute. I'll do everything for you. I'll do anything for you. See, the story's now changing. I'll do anything for you. I'll do anything for you. I'll walk your dog for you. I'll drink your bath water. Yeah, okay. Do you want me to do that? Yeah, sure. Can you just get all of that stuff when you're out there shopping? Can you go and get some bread, some milk, some honey, some God knows what else for me? I want you to get 10 ounces of Rocky Road, and I want you to get something else, and it might be from back in Australia, and it's like, yeah, just want you to get me some Australian Rocky Road, and then come back and then give me a quart of milk, and God knows what else, and a quart of lemonade and sugar and milk. Alright, okay, hold on a minute. I'll just go and get all that for you and then bring it back, sweetheart. Hold on. Right, so while I'm out, I'll come back and I'll give you that. Right? So here you could have a scenario that this is your friend, fiance, God knows what else, and they're like, listen, sweetheart, right, I just want you to come and get me all that stuff. You're like, yeah, sure, hold on a minute, let me make a list. What is it that you like? Okay, I want bread, milk, eggs, beans, bacon, sausages, kippers. Right, oh, you got some nice kippers, sweetheart. Yeah, we got some kippers. Like, great, sweet. Hold on a minute. I might be change the story a little bit. I'm 7. I live here, and this annoys me because my person just constantly like wants to know where I'm going. So I'll be right over a minute. If you've got bacon's been butty and the situation of food and all going up on the cooker, bruv, hold on a minute. I'll be 7 minutes. It don't take me long. It's probably about 8 mile. Eminem, Emily, Emma, Melissa, Maria. It's probably about 7 or 8 mile from where you have to live to go to the other place is about 7-8 miles. So I'll be right there. Hold on a minute. This could even be 7 or 8 miles that it takes to get to the shop. But whatever it is of your destination is what I'm picking up is around M&M of 8 mile. So I'll be there in a minute. Smoke me a kipper, I'll be there for breakfast. Hold on. I've just got to leave her and then go here. Right? Now you're either dealing with a player, straight up, or this is a family situation and that's where you're going towards the other person. Right? If not, and this is one relationship, this person asks you to walk the dog, get some beans, get some sugar, get some milk, get some bread, get some honey, get some money, and by the time y'all got some money, don't come back as broke as a joke, just come back to me with the truth. That's all I'm saying, bruv. That's all I'm saying. Just give me the truth, right? Just give me the truth, right? Just give me the truth serum. Just give me the truth serum. But like, or serum, some of you, this might be your brother, Deb, that uses serum. Me, I use Falcon. But serum, send this to your brother, Deb. So Steve said you probably use serum. You'll know what I mean, VST. But yeah, smoke me a kipper, I'll be back for breakfast, bruv. Just got to go and get myself some music. But, yeah, Yeah, I use Falcon. Also, private flight. There you go. Private flight. You're in here as well, bruv, right? Girl. Girl. But like, yeah, private flight. Yeah, but like I said, this is a strange story. It's coming into two different parts, Cancer. One is wherever you are, it annoys the shit, and you try to like get out. Like I just need to get out. I need to get away. I need to breathe. I need some air. I need to be able to do the Scorpio thing, right? Even though you're Cancer, I just need a moment. I need to breathe, right? So I'm out going to see my boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, family, dogfish, catfish, whoever. I'm out. I'm already in that. Great, brilliant. Can you get all these kind of things for me while you're out? Yeah, sure. I'll drink your bath for it if you want, but I'll be back for Christmas, or I'll be back for breakfast, right? So an overnight stay, maybe. So as you're reading so far, Cancer, if you want to know what the rest of it is for your April, if I didn't say at the beginning, I've totally forgot. Your April 2021 tarot card reading, then you will have to join Patron, and it'll be tier 1 and tier 2 on the monthlies. So, but if you are a part of the full access bundle, tier, that is where you will get 4 lots of weeklies that start to come out through the month, where we have lesser cards but more messages. Okay, and then it keeps the energy tight instead of like sporadically out everywhere, right? But it's a general overview, this one, of a full tabled spread and clarified with the possibilities that you could be coming up in your month. If you are part of the full access bundle, that's where you obviously at the beginning of the month I'll start bringing out the weeklies through the month, and if you're over on the full access bundle, that's where you get those messages. And then I'd sometimes look at singles or doubles, or just straight up messages, or whatever it is that I decide to do. But you will get all of those if you're a part of the full access bundle. Okay, Cancer, that's your reading. Thanks very much. I hope you have a great April, and I'll hopefully see you over on Patreon.